ladies and gentlemen, make some noise. Cobhams in the city. Good morning, Cobhams.
Good morning, Cobhams.
Good morning, guys.
It's good to have you here.
Yeah, I was saying, I feel like I'm back like I never left.
Yes. Sounded like it was yesterday, and now you're back. Now, this song, when I was listening to it, I was just like, what has been Cobham's experience in traffic? Tell me the weirdest thing you've seen, either being sold in traffic or the weirdest thing you've bought in traffic or seen being sold.
So I don't really like to buy things in traffic.
Okay.
I don't know. I kind of feel bad, the whole practice, but I guess it's necessary. What's the weirdest thing
You've heard?
I've heard that they were selling a hyena in traffic.
What?
I don't know how true that is. I know about dogs and puppies, but I've heard about a whole hyena.
I've seen someone sell a parrot and an alligator during traffic.
Alligator.
Yes, alligator. Yes.
The puppy part is what I don't understand, because where I don't know if the puppy is vaccinated or not.
Sometimes they're like scrawny looking.
Yeah, it looks like you just picked it up from somewhere and ran away, and now you want to sell it in traffic.
Yeah.
but this is an awesome song.
Really awesome.
It's
really
different.
awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Totally different.
I'm glad.
I love the storytelling part of the song, the fact that you try to portray Lagos in that song, and also talking about some personal experience that somehow you can relate it to traffic, because there are times when you're heading somewhere, you have somebody waiting for you in the house, but traffic can just be the reason why you don't end up going there early.
Is that something you've experienced before? You seem to have a lot of passion about that particular situation. Oh, you have? Okay.
I mean, I'm not going to deny it.
Okay.
It's good to have you. You've been in the industry for a while now, and I just need to ask you, how have you been doing? I mean, in this industry, especially in the time where we have like a lot of new artists coming up, new genres. We have the juju, piano, juju piano, a lot of genres out there. But how are you still trying to stay relevant in the game?
I think, staying relevant is a matter of evolving. It's a matter of, just that, being relevant, recognizing what's important to the people and not sort of functioning in isolation. I think a lot of people kind of fall off the grid because, you become sort of stuck in your mantra, stuck in your ideology, and it's great to have something you stand for, but how you express that message, I think, continues to morph, as a human being, so that you can relate to the people you create for. And my job is to create music, whether as an artist or as a producer. So I think it's just me being able to evolve. And of course, you can't rule out the grace of God, quite honestly. It doesn't matter how much you think you know and how well you think you can strategize. I think submitting to a higher power and understanding that there are certain things we just don't really fully understand, you know what I mean, like that outlier situation, you know what I mean, it just happens. It happens. It's not how you swing the bats, it's not how well you can calculate all the strokes. So I think that's sort of the short version of it for me.
So this weekend, something amazing is happening on Sunday, May 4th. It's called Songs and Stories with Cobhams Asuquo. I know you for the songs. Now you're talking about stories.
Yes.
What's that about?
Because a lot of the your favorite songs have stories behind them. The traffic song, for instance, I was in traffic in VI when that came to me. Think of any big song if the artist were to sit down. And interestingly, I've been involved with a lot of the songs that have sort of marked time in our space, from Jailer to Fire on the Mountain to Great Nation to If You Ask Me to just name it. And all these songs have stories, either the stories that happened in the studio, or what the artist was experiencing, or what I was experiencing. And I just think it's attention worthy to share those stories and share some of my own personal stories and how some songs, I think you remember your favorite songs and where you were when you heard some of them. I think it's always great to share that with an audience, with some great music, some great cocktails, and some great friends. So I think that's essentially what this that's what this is about for me.
All right, so fingers crossed. We can't wait to go experience that singing and also infusing some storytelling in there. And I'm still going to drive you back into the industry, because recently King Maddie posted something that got a lot of people wound up. She said that the industry is dark. And Cobhams, you've been here for like a minute. You've been here for a while. Did you experience that dark side, or are you still experiencing that?
First of all, I'm a big fan of King Maddie. Her music, lovely. Her heart, she's just amazing. And I had the pleasure of working with her last year, and she's just great. So I think any industry or any situation that at some point in time the stakes become high and money becomes a part of the situation will go dark at some point, whether it's music or healthcare or education or politics or oil and gas, or name it. As long as money gets involved, and it's high stakes, betting, just name it, drinks, hospitality, there's going to be a dark side. That's one. Two, I don't think King Madi will just get up and just say the industry is dark just because. And then she's a woman, and you have to understand that women have gotten the shorter end of the stick, or the short end of the stick, in a lot of situations, the world over, and we're desperately trying to repair that situation. That's what it is, in reality. So yes, I think King Madi didn't just get up and just say it. Do I experience it? Me, I'm always locked up in my studio making music. I
mean, dealing with people, contracts and the likes, record labels and all that.
It can be quite tricky. It can be quite tricky. I feel like as a young musician, sometimes recording some measure of loss, not too much, is sort of a rite of passage, and you use it. You learn with it. I learned. I had my own. I learned my own lessons. And again, there's something I picked from a song sometime in the 90s that says, throw away your old bank statements, keep your old love letters. So I kind of remember more my good times than my dark times are behind me, but yes, I might have had some of those a long time ago. I'm older now, I'm wiser now, I'm definitely in a better place, and I think what's more important is that I don't make it dark for those coming behind me.
Yeah, very
interesting.
Very
We're gonna talk about this coming behind you for very soon, but before that, can we just give us more information on this event, where it's happening?
So it's called the Wema Bank Songs and Stories with Cobhams Asuquo. It's incredibly amazing music, and I can promise you, if you hear music anywhere better than that, if you've heard music better than that in the last 2 years, come back and collect your money. It's different. It's music, it's orchestra, it's cocktails, it's lovely company, and it's at the Alliance Francaise Michael Dinuga Institute in Ikoyi from 6 p.m. 6 to 9, and we always keep the time 6 to 9, sharp, start, stop, and
that's
so
it.
That's what it is.
Is it a free event, or is the tickets being sold?
It's a ticketed event.
Okay.
Yeah,
Buy your tickets, please.
Buy your tickets now.
How can I get the tickets?
Go to tix.africa, tix.africa, to buy your tickets.
Okay, we're looking forward to that one. It's been exciting having you here. I wish we had more time to talk.
Me too.
I just have one question to ask you, because I was really loving the dreads era. What happened? Why did you cut your dreads?
It had to go. Different things. Why? So why did it really go? I wanted to spot a different look. And a few enemies of progress were disturbing my life. They wanted anything to go. But also, I felt like I needed to just change my look, quite honestly. I was entering into a new era, and some very interesting things are beginning to happen with my hair.
Okay,
so talking about those coming after you, do we foresee, or do we expect you probably putting somebody on or sign an artist or something like that?
So it's interesting. I actually did sign artists. I actually very naively walked into the label space, and that gave us an artist like Bezzy Dakula, who was quite something in the space, and Stan Ike, a couple other people. But lately I've not seriously been thinking about signing artists, but I am definitely working with and grooming and just being part of the lives of a number of young artists. There's a really talented, incredibly talented artist called Kesa. She's just amazing. I've been doing some work with her. There's a young artist called Elisha. She's with Now Music, but I've been doing some work with her. So I enjoy working with young talent, and that's never gonna change. And I think that's just my own way of continuing to keep the lights on and keep inspiring and influencing the young generation.
All right, thank you so much, Cobhams, for having this awesome conversation with us. and wish you the very best on Sunday.
Yes.
Of course, I'm sure it's going to be an amazing night. And like Cobhams said, if you go there and you've
your money
and you've heard a better song or better music being played in a particular place, wherever, better than what you hear on Sunday, come back and collect your money.
Don't lie, you. Don't enjoy it and then come back. I enjoyed it, but you know what? I have to collect my money.
Thank you so much for coming.
Yo.